Right, hello everybody, we are back! Me and the Retro Ghost are back on your comm channel, waving the airwaves, and we are here for Season 17, would you believe it, of FRL's Super Sprint Sunday with a slightly different format. But let me introduce my co-host, as ever, the wonderfully well-mouthed Retro Ghost. How are you doing, buddy?
I thought we were starting Season 17 off with a blast, not a war wound about my perfectly spoken English, unlike your words. Absolutely bingo.
But yeah, here we are with your favourite place in the world, Silverstone. If you don't know, Retro treats this place like his second home. Leaves his slippers out and everything.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
As we catch Mr. Brown taking the scenic route around Maggot and Beckett, as then we catch an Aston Martin doing that too. But yeah, as we mentioned, there is a slightly alternated format here. We are still running the sprint format, no mandatory pit stops. However, we are now going to a one-shot quali formation, which is going to last 15 minutes with the tiers split, as you can see on your left-hand side. Pro, Silver and Am tiers with 5-minute slots each to set a single flying lap. They are allowed to continue on to bring back to the box, but they're not allowed to set double flying laps. So the first 5 minutes will go to the Am tier, the middle 5 minutes go to Silver tier, and the Pro tier doing the final 5 minutes. If you're not familiar with our tiering system, if you look to the left hand side of the screen, you can see the white box drivers. They are your Pro tier. The silver box drivers, the grey box drivers, are your Silver tier, and the red are your Am tier. And I'm just bringing a little bit of attention because Retro cannot keep himself off the Silverstone track. There he is, sweating it out. If he was taking part, he'd be top of the Am tier by quite some way. He sits in P12 currently on the standings as I watch Gordon Brown taking my Lamborghini. That's mine. He's nicked it. He saw me in it. He got jealous, liked the sound of the V12, and he's gone and jumps in it on a Sunday. So he's taken that for every bit of trip around the grass. So I hope he enjoys it while it lasts. Or will he be going crying to his mama because, unfortunately, this thing hates medium speed bends. We are only a few minutes out from the first qualifying session of the season. Yeah, we did mention qualifying, but obviously we do have races that follow qualifying. Otherwise,
You do know we've had a vacation, right? We should not have.
Yeah.
You can't use the F1 for an excuse for everything. Being up so early. Oh, just can't get the staff these days, guys, honestly.
You can't get the staff. I need the staff. Just prop myself up. So, the racing format, in terms of length, has not changed. It is still 20 minutes race 1, followed by 40 minutes race 2. Where this gets changed, though, is that the one-shot qualifying will set the grid for race 1, the 20 minutes. We will then kill the server so we can do a reverse grid second race for the 40 minutes. Now that reverse grid only applies to all those that finish the race. So there is nobody just doing one lap, going into the pits, retiring the car, just so they can be on pole for the second race. No, not at all. You've got to complete some of it to make it fair. And all those drivers that effectively crash out or return to the pits or whatever, say they can't be bothered, they will start from the back regardless. So we have brought the spice of all spiciness to Season 17 because it's not like you didn't have enough excitement in Season 16, where a man at least 75% completed. There we are. We have been corrected by one of the admins there. Obviously a lot of information to take in. As you know, me and your boy Retro like to just speak on the fly. We've got no time for details and information. We just want to bring the action. But who are you looking out for, Owen? Notice there's a few new names in here.
I don't know, mate. There's a few new names. I mean, apart from crying myself to sleep thinking that I was the bee's knees round Silverstone with my respectable PB, just looking through some of the grid, obviously Jazzman, the absolute alien, is about a second and more faster than my PB, so I'll definitely cry about that when I go to bed tonight. D. Fernandez, I've not seen for a little while, and the return of Will Friedman for season 17, which is a nice touch. Rashidov, I've not seen before as well. Welcome to season 17. Just looking through. Again, sorry if I butcher your name. Send a complaint to the complaints department, and G Brown will take care of it like he does in WRC. Just spins it into the wall or off the grass. Legovic in currently P14 at the minute. New name I've not seen. Looking down the order, I think Visser was a good driver from last season. Jablonski, new silver driver there. De Wilt, I think we've mentioned that name before last season.
The bottom two, oh, that's a tongue twister. Cheriquir. Please spell that out phonetically in the comments if you can. And
spell it. You're sacked. And MP Flores as well.
Yeah. So 40 drivers once the server resets the quality. Owen Harris, currently sat there in P12, will come and join more effectively from the comms box. Currently sat in the garage just commentating with a little mic to his engineer to get here with us.
No, I did leave the server and rejoin under the commentator password. I'll have you know, I was a naughty boy, but I saw the light and I've converted back to the commentating box because clearly it's a skill issue.
It's a skill issue. Yeah, don't take this, what you see on the screen, with a pinch of salt. The Owen's practice for this track in comparison to any others is 10,000-fold the practice he puts into this track compared to anywhere else.
Hang on a minute. This isn't Betsy 365. There's not an Acura on this, mate. But I mean, to be fair, I think last time I looked, I'd done 28 hours on Silverstone in the Ferrari alone. I mean, my second and third most driven track still don't equal the time I've done in the Ferrari on Silverstone. So I mean, the fact I race it in a Ford Fiesta in real life to a Ferrari 296 GT3 aren't exactly the same. I mean, the Fiesta's faster, obviously, because why wouldn't it be? It's a 2000.
It does the short track.
Whoa, hang on a minute. Just because I run out of fuel or the rust might fall off on a Fiesta first doesn't mean to say that it might happen to the Ferrari as well.
I'm sure some of these cars can build up a bit of rust. That being said, they might get a bit rusty because what did you mention to me before the stream, Owen? There's a small chance of rain.
Oh, yes. Just for you hard racing drivers that love a bit of mixed conditions. We was doing a bit of practice earlier and I did sneak in whilst a few of the admins were doing a bit of practice, and there was a bit of the wet stuff, so I'm not going to give away too much, but I mean, it can happen. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Well,
without getting copyrighted, obviously.
Obviously. I mean, we're going to have to copyright Jazzman Takes Pole, Jazzman Takes the Win at some point, because that's getting awfully repetitive.
I mean, it was in our bingo. We did say it quite a lot, but I do see Mr. Friedman in the comments. Welcome back, buddy. Nice to see you again. I think it's nice to see. I think when we first started commentating was when Friedman won the championship, when we first started commentating. So I think it's nice to see Friedman's come back, just to see how far we've come in commentating since then.
Yeah, we've gone full circle. Yeah, we are humans. Jerry is something else. I mean, can't help but agree with that. We've had a few drivers previously who have challenged him, one of those being Leica, who I can't see having joined yet.
Don't think he's signed up for this season, I'll be perfectly honest, buddy.
I saw a timing sheet earlier.
Maybe one of the admins might be able to correct us on that, but
I saw a timing sheet earlier with his name at the top of it. So I do wonder what's happened there. Yeah, we are T-minus 20 seconds from qualifying start. And someone who's going to sit on the pit wall with us just for that qualifying, we have Mr. Gordon Brown, admin of FRL, come here to have a little chat with us. How are you doing, pal?
Hello, everyone. I'm good, thank you. How are you guys doing?
Doing very, very well. dusting off the cobwebs.
That's well, yes. I'd like to use that excuse, but I've just been told I need to put an industrial sandbag in the car.
I mean, where are you though? P11. Not too bad. You've pushed Mr. Harris down a little bit.
Yeah, what's this about?
Yeah.
Commentator stole somebody's cargo on GTA on us.
I did. I only stuffed him in the locker room. Just don't find him in there. Just send food and water occasionally. It'll be alright.
But yeah, thank you for joining us. What do you think is going to come from your efforts tonight?
So, it sounds arrogant as anything. It's not meant that way at all. But what last season with the one shot quality, I found I tended to hook up a lap quite well with the one shot. I think a lot of people had difficulty or just trying to make sure they get a lap in. And I ended up finding myself near the sharp end quite a lot in race 1 last season, so I'm hoping that can continue. The pace does look very, very quick this season up top. I mean, obviously Vermeulen's there, but I mean, Will Friedman's back. Rashidov and Fernandez look very quick. So yeah, it's looking like pretty tough, I think, to end up in the top sort of 10. I think it's going to be very difficult.
But
so yeah, I don't know.
I mean, anything can happen. I mean, this is racing. It's sprint racing.
Well, I mean,
people put a bit more on the line.
Speaking of anything can happen, how does it feel from transitioning from your lovely NSX to the ugly, Lamborghini?
Whoa! Trigger warning. It's a beautiful car. He's a bit of a copycat, but it's lovable. How are you doing with it though?
Yeah, I mean, I quite like it personally. It's not actually that far removed from the Honda, to be honest. It drives the same way. It's just when you begin to lose the Lamborghini, it doesn't instantly try and kill you. You can actually control the car, so it's quite good, to be honest. I'm quite enjoying it, but we'll see. Never know until it comes race day.
And so. Is it not the most glorious engine sound on this game?
It's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. It looks good as well. I think it's probably the best looking car in ACC.
Yeah, we can agree with that. But yeah, we're about to go into it. We've just loaded into qualifying. The sky has gone a little bit of a grey tint. And our first driver out on track is car number 737. He shouldn't be on track, should he?
So
737 is
Grafe.
Sam Grafe first out. He shouldn't be out.
No, he shouldn't be out.
Oh
Someone get a message to that man.
He's in the other party. I'm just going to let him get the penalty. It's fine.
Whoa, hang on a minute. That's unfair here.
I'm here. I'm doing the service. It's fine.
But a driver that he's pulled aside. He's gone back to the pits. He's clearly heard the stream. But first one out, someone who is very, very fond of going out first, regardless of if it's full course qualifying, is Dazza Townsend in his purple McLaren.
Purple, yes, call it purple. Please call it purple.
Does he not think it's purple? How are you seeing this, Owen? Is that purple?
I'm just changing my camera angle now, as I was trying to get some tips from Mr. Alien on his qualifying, so I'm just changing my camera now for research purposes.
That's what Owen's done there. He's gone into the practice server, he's watched him, and he's saved replay, and he's going to check out that onboard with HUD later, yeah? Is that right? Sound about right?
Don't expose me like that.
But yeah.
So, just a quick one then for you guys. The forecast tonight is meant to be dry, but it can rain. In the practice session before the server actually restarted, there was a 5-minute shower, 5 minutes into the first session.
We're way ahead of you.
because we had that earlier. I said in the
wonderful.
stream earlier, when I kind of after doing a bit more extra practice from the extra practice I just did just then. And there was a bit of the wet stuff, but it wasn't a massive amount, but it was a naughty amount.
Yeah, and it's enough. Put it that way, it's enough to cause a headache about what to do. But yeah, it's looking like it could be good. Obviously, I don't know if you touched on the new format this evening.
We have. It's
That's fine,
looking
I'll
very
leave you to your
spicy,
job.
even more than last season.
You've done everything you need to do then. I'll leave you to your job and I'll get ready to get the car ready to go for quality.
I mean, I've just seen Townsend's car, and I'm pretty sure that's not purple or pink.
What is
That's
it?
a mixture of both.
I can
All right,
only see his
Mr.
onboard.
B&Q colour chart.
Well, I mean,
I didn't
it
realise
would be
you-
like a per ink, like purple,
Oh,
pink.
It's going to give us RGB numbers in a minute.
Whoa, hang on a
got the
minute.
hex
This isn't
code.
that kind of stream.
What do you think I meant?
I will leave you to your fantastic chat, guys. Keep it
Yeah,
up.
thank you. All the best of luck, Mr. Brown.
I'll speak to you later. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, goodbye. But no, that was Mr. Gordon Brown, everybody. He's finished running the country. He's off to go race. And Desert Townsend is about half a lap away from giving us our first time. So, like we said, only a one-shot quali. So this, you may not see the fastest times come out, as they will just be making sure these times are valid. As we come down towards the loop, it's just keeping his car as steady as possible. And then coming up through Aintree, and you can plant his foot heavy through here. Even in these cars, not even like F1, you still don't need to lift. As you watch the Bentley having a little bit of a slide in the rear there, that's car number 84.
Okay, it's Cablo.
And Cablo back in the Bentley. How many drivers, creatures of habit? We've got legends like Mr. Brown deciding to take a venture into the unknown.
I wouldn't call that legendary status by jumping into a Lamborghini, mate.
Did it or
It
did
does
it not?
open the doors with a 159.5.
With Cablo not too far behind, about 8/10, which probably will get filled in a minute. As we've got Dreadlock Steve, 1.8 behind that. The car's 9.85 on a lap. That's Felix. Whoa, that's bright. Woo-wee. Right, we grab my shades. Comes over the line. What can he do? That been P5. Any more times coming through? We go 444. I believe that is Kukurmalakis.
P2.
Ooh. Oh wow, what a time! Comes 334.
I think the Wilt didn't set a lap there. He stayed in the pits.
And Kalugin all the way up to P6. Car number 48.
Is
Seraquira in the Nissan GTR. Bold choice. Not many people choose a Nissan GTR.
Well, hopefully the GTR will give him as much luck as it did Mr. Grafe just a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah. It's a difficult beast to tame, but it will reward you. So there you have it. There is your top 10. Once we've got DeWilt still going around. No, he's returned to pit, so he's not going to get a time in. So there, your top 10 is Dazza Townsend, Chumakovs, Kukurmalakis. Chumakovs got very close. Two in a class of their own. Kukurmalakis, stable P3, followed by Cablo, Thacker, Kalugin, Dreadlock Steve, Felix, Coppens, Seraquira, Floris, Visser will end up at the back for not setting a time. But our first driver through on the silver tier is car 242, the Pink Panther. We can call it pink if you like. Just trying to find car 242.
242 is Mr. Leg Before Wicket, Naisbit.
So you christened this car once tonight in the Sky livery. So all the comments are lighting up, showing support for themselves, support for the drivers, and support for the comms as well, which is much appreciated. Naismith is going to be our first driver to set a time. It takes a hell of a lot of a cut of club corner, and off he goes. So as he takes Cops in through Maggots and Beckett's. Nice and steady he goes. Oh, that's a big slide. He seems to hold it together. Sure, that's going to cost him a lot of time.
Definitely going to hurt him because he's got Richins right behind him in the pink and purple car.
So I can't suspect this is going to be particularly competitive from Naisbitt now. That's a good half a second he's probably lost in that slide, as impressive as it was. So I suspect this is going to have him mixing with the amateur drivers. As Leica is here in the chat. Is he here in the race?
He is. He's joined.
Oh, so we do have competition.
Join in the free practice, yeah. Nice to see you back, Leica, buddy.
So we've still got Naisbitt, a fair bit more track to negotiate as he comes into the loop. So Veldman is expecting a Gedram pole. I mean, he might get it when the reverse grid sets in.
Whoa. Hang on a minute. When did the shot cannon turn hostile? I don't think you got facilities for that, big man.
I've had not enough sleep. I'm ruthless without sleep. I
thought that was just an age thing.
Oh, don't give me that. Shots fired. But here we go, Naisbitt cutting as much as he can off club corner towards the line. Does go P1, but then how quickly is he beaten behind? Richings doesn't actually manage to put that. So Naisbitt does very, very well initially to get that time in there.
Gedman P2.
In a very funky livery. P3, this is close, very close top 4 for the silver tier.
Rick as well in the Mustang. Our good friend Patrice.
There's car 1, 3, 4. Oh, as we would check on him, Mr. Brown. What can the lease of life that Lamborghini is giving him do for him? Well, he's only just starting his lap, it seems. But we're going to see how he does.
Just starting his lap? Hang on a minute. Is that his one and only lap?
So,
I mean, to be fair, I think Jazzman is out first. I know Jazzman is an animal, but I don't think he's going to get that close to him. But we do have Mr. Rogers overtake Naisbitt for pole in the silver tier.
Absolute slapping time as well. Puts nearly 7/10 between him and the rest of the silver tier. So a fantastic job by him. So I presume this is Mr. Brown who's able to finish his lap. Was he's taking?
It's very cheeky.
He had the cheek to sit in our commentary booth and call out. Who was it?
Grafe.
Call out Grafe. And then what's he doing here? He's a minute deep into the Pro Tier session. And car number 1 is going around that. Speak to the devil.
That is Mr. Jazzman. He has changed his number for, obviously, without question of doubt, winning last season. So he's rightfully changed his number.
Self-assigned himself the number 1. But we are hovering over Jazzman. We're going to go back to him as soon as we catch Mr. Brown finish his lap. As it looks a little bit sluggish. Coming around the field. And through Woodcut, as close to the wall as he dares. Hugs it nice and tight. And where does he go? P2. So yeah, better late than never. And Vermeulen not just putting the number 1 on his car, but also turning himself gold. Fancy himself Mr. Midas.
Take some brass.
It does. Bit of a sickly cold, though, don't you think?
Well, I mean, unfortunately, console doesn't have the luxury of PC liveries, but we kind of work with what we've got. A good worksman never blames his tools, and clearly Jazzman has never done that after last season, the absolute alien that he is.
So, everybody, take note, watch close. He's a master at work. The man basically dominated the entirety of Season 16 with close competition, we'll say, by Leica, but the standings told a different story. Oh, is it maximum commitment over the exit of Stowe. Down into
Bit of kiss
Vale.
on the curb there.
So the only thing that can really stop Jasmine now is an invalidation, but he's more than holding it together. Past the F1 pit lane. Down through Abbey. To Farman Village. Into the loop. About as stable as I've seen any driver in there. Penny for your gearing round there. I'd love to know. But now, not much work left to do. About 4 technical corners left to negotiate. Down into Luffield. Takes the deep and then tighter line. Then gets a slingshot. Into Woodcote. How much corner does he dare take? Shortens his trip to the line. Where do we expect this is? Where else but number 1, putting himself nearly a second between himself and Rogers. Other cars come to the line. We've got car number 43. If I can get to them fast enough.
Prentice P3 still didn't quite beat Rogers there.
So I'm just going to select one of these at random. About Clayton.
Travaglioli, P2 there, 2/10 and a bit off Jazzman's time there.
Well, that
I'm
is
pretty
impressive.
sure from the free practice, if it will show me, Jazzman did a 156.8 in the free practice. And the fact in the qualifying over 1 lap he did a 157.5. So he's definitely got some more time in the tank.
That's 8/10 worth of security to get that time in.
Sorry, buddy. There's 0.008 of a second between Travaglioli and Friedman.
Oh, I know. Freedom will know exactly where that time is as well. As we catch Clayton take an awful lot of the last corner, puts himself P7. Further down, about Leica, the main competitor for Vermeulen last season. Now in the Mustang, with a very questionable snap as he comes around Luffield. Will this be competitive? It
P3.
is P3. Exact time of Travaglioli. So mightily impressive, and he would feel gutted that he didn't manage to set that first. As
so
we've been asked,
0.008 of a second between 3 drivers.
We've been asked to find out where Gedman is.
Gedman is currently P15, and I believe he is P4 in the silver tier for qualifying.
That is correct. So there you have it. Close enough.
Well, I mean, close enough, yeah, but in overall P15, but in class P4, and he's got only a couple of tenths between him and Naisbitt. If he can keep that up and maybe find a bit more, it's definitely a podium on the cards for Mr. Gedman. So hopefully his return to the Porsche and maybe a bit of tennis ball yellow paint may come back on, and we might see him a bit more happier if he does get a podium.
So your rundown as it stands, as anybody expected, Mr. Vermeulen on top, P1 for him, followed by Travaglioli with an equal time to Leica. Travaglioli gets it because he set it first. With only 0.008 back from that, Friedman in P4. Great time, great return. Sharp, with a bit of separation between him and P4 and P5. Rogers, head of the silver tier, in P6, not very far behind Sharp. Then we have Prentice in P7, Clayton in P8. Mr. Brown, with a great debut in his Lamborghini in P9, second in class. Then we have Prentice, Haymans, P10 and 11. Third in class is Naisbitt in P12. We have Eden, Grace in P13 and 14. Gedman, as we mentioned, P4 in class in P15. With Sharp, DeRick in the silver tier, down to P17. And then leading the AM tier is Townsend and Shumakovs, P18 and 19. With Colpitts in P20. Serfontaine and Richings in the silver tier, down to P22. And we have Grafe, Chumakovs, Legovic, and Jabino down to P26. And then the remainder of the AM tier, P3 in class, quite a distance away from P19, in P27 is Kukumlakis, then Cablo, Thacker, Kalugin. We have Vandervoort mixing it in with the AM tier guys, P31.
Maybe he's not had his daily marshal bash just yet. That's why he's quite low down. He's got punched a few marshals to bump him up a few places.
I mean, they're in Britain, they might be on strike.
And
then we have Dreadlock Stephen, P32. Felix, Coppens, Jablonski in P35. Sequira. And we have a bunch underneath him who chose not to set.
P. Flores, P37. Rashidov didn't set a lap, P38. Visser and De Wilt also didn't set a lap in that qualifying. And Fernandez as well did not set a lap.
So maybe some drivers elected maybe to go all the way to the end and try and maybe snag a reverse grid pole.
But interestingly, just looking at that qualifying, buddy, the sector timings, Jazzman has purple sector 1 and purple sector 3, but Leica in P3 has a purple sector 2, which is 0.2 faster than Jazzman.
Ooh, and I did spot him having a bit of a slide in the final corners, so maybe that's where that time disappeared to. Maybe there was a pole in the bag for Leica there, but as I told somebody earlier on this week,
what a return to start in the Mustang as well.
Yeah, I mentioned to somebody else earlier on this week that it's one thing thinking you've got the time in your pocket, we've actually got to put it on the track.
Absolutely.
So we are 1 minute 30 out from the beginning of your race 1, the 20-minute sprint around Silverstone. The grey skies have descended. Can't see any rain on the radar just yet, and looking overcast but dry. So we might and we should be able to just see some dry, clean racing for now.
So guys, just whilst we are waiting for the session to start, just to give an insight to what we like to do behind the commentary box and inside the commentary box, we have little digs and remarks at each other, and we call it the Sprint Sunday bingo card. So I'm hoping the guys that are listening, or I will ask the admins very nicely if they can do a bingo card for season 17 to see how many quotes that we say during a race or over the season, and you may win a prize or a slap in the face. Who knows?
So yeah, it's comprised of our little oddities, things that we will most commonly say. It originally began because of my incessant use of the word absolutely. I have noticed since that bingo came out, when I'm watching the Formula One, Martin Brundle also says absolutely a lot. So I'm not completely alone in the commentary department from that utterance being part of my vernacular. So we are 3, 2, 1 seconds out, and we are going to start rolling towards the line and get your Sprint Sunday underway, the moment you've all been waiting for. Time has now passed for drivers to amend their setups, change their tyre pressures. Maybe they can still amend their TC and ABS, but we don't care about any of that anymore. We want to see what you can do on the asphalt for 20 minutes. Who will come out on top? Vermeulen's going to set us away once the drivers have come around this bend, and we're going to get some green lights. 3, 2, 1, and we are go. Vermeulen immediately has to come over to defend himself from Travaglioli.
Oh, big smash, Travaglioli and Leica in the wall already.
So
there's another car caught in that as well as a BMW. I think that's Grace.
So yeah, big happenings initially. Friedman has lost places through that. This will update in short order. As you can see, the two drivers ahead of him. As Friedman goes onto the grass, what's that going to do for those following behind him? We've got Brown, who's also trying to slip out. Got lots of cover here. Got Friedman being a bit...
cover. We've got Gedman trying to fight Townsend side by side. Townsend getting a bit off track there. But looked legal enough from the helicopter there.
Townsend not defending the inside too much. Goes a bit deep. Chumakovs get through here. Townsend seems to have recovered a lot of speed, but goes off the track again as we've got cars in the back clattering. This battle still goes on. Can Chumakovs... It's not Chumakovs.
That's Gedman and Townsend.
That's I'm trying to trust the timing screens as they are.
No, trust me. Oh, who's that? There's a green Porsche.
I believe that's Friedman. Has now got himself involved in the battle that we were covering just before. What's this done to his speed down the straight? Townsend is going to try and chase him down. Oh, Gedman has a little bit of a look. And we catch Colpitts trying to look down the inside of Richings as well. Richings taking a lot of the inside curb. Gets a bit of a snap. What's that going to do for Serpentine? But seems to have recovered.
Oh, he's got really in the muddy waters there. Losing places all over the shop there.
Now we're getting three wide down the old pit straight. Well, that's Vanderwall trying to defend from the Aston Martin of Rashidov. He's going to have the inside for the next turn. Can he stay committed on the throttle? Yes, he can. Oh, now he gets his slide on. And he's going to have to cut Beckett. Rejoins in the battle, though. Not sure quite how Cablo will feel about that. Oh, as we have a BMW spinning in the background, and he speared the Aston Martin. Oh, as the Aston Martin then rejoins quite unsafely. Really unsure what happened there, but it was big drama. Cablo's seen the Porsche ahead of him go wide. He's got Kovalakis behind him. Kovalakis then takes the grass, spears, and oh no! Massive crash into Club Corner. Then Cablo goes and a Ferrari goes off as well.
There's so much action everywhere, buddy. You don't know where to look.
Cablo's basically in the stands.
No matter where you look, there's a bit of a rumble, bit of a tumble all over the shop. But Jazzman has clocked out. And he is 5 seconds away from sharp.
We've got Leica diving it into the loop. I believe that's Fernandez he's trying to overtake here. Can the grunt of the Mustang pull him through on the back straight? He's got a good exit. There's a car being overtaken in the background. That's Travaglioli. We have Thacker looking at him. We'll go back to this battle though. Leica on the inside, finally got himself alongside Fernandez. He's going to send him out wide. Trusts him not to swerve back onto the track. Now, he's still got Fernandez there. He's got his nose ahead, but what will he do into Cops? Stays committed. Oh, sends Fernandez out wide. Fernandez
still
then
there.
Decides to keep his nose in, but loses out in the end. What about further up the grid? We've had so much fighting behind. I've just caught Prentice on the back of Rogers. And we've got Colpitts, Serpentine side by side into Stowe. Looks like Serpentine's coming back at him. Serpentine to the inside of the loop, gets a big slap of curb. And then the GTR behind says, I want a bit of that too, but then he follows Serpentine off the track. Seems to hold the speed though.
Serpentine keeping well with the BMW.
And behind Jabinho has got Van der Waal all over him.
Ooh.
Oh, Van der Waal sends it through, but he get two. But that is the GTR going off track, letting these two through. And that really distracted Van der Waal. He did not get that done. Now I've just picked up Brown in the silver tier, up in P7. The Lamborghini is serving him very well. But he's got, the reason I've come to know is because Grace is really charging him down. But as you said, Jazzman absolutely clocked out front. Nearly 7 seconds is the gap. Now I've just caught two Astons fighting through Maggotts and Beckett. Clayton looking for a big drive as we see Prentice take a bit of grass on the inside of Beckett. And taking more grass on the exit. So come down the back straight, and then behind them we have...
Notice as well, Gedman has moved up to P14 there. So he's catching direct slightly, I believe.
So we've just got Rogers trying to go round the outside of Clayton.
No, that's Prentice.
That's Prentice. Too many Astons in one place.
Pick an Aston, any Aston.
But Brown, liking the look of this, two cars side by side will compromise each other.
Oh, bit of a tap
on the
there.
exit of the loop.
Invite Brown right in.
Brown elects for the outside.
Look at the BMW Grace. He's right there. Oh, this is going to end horribly. Oh, very well done there. But look at Eden behind.
Oh, there's a touch. Sends the BMW wide from Brown.
Heyman's as well. Oof.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
That sent Brown around.
Got double tap like Zombieland.
Now, that was the BMW of Grace. That's then, for some reason, going after the NSX.
Well, no, it's Eden first. Oh, sorry, Grace first, then Eden finished him off by spinning him completely round.
I just saw Friedman decide to just spear straight into the side of a Honda. Ugh. But as we go back forward, Clayton is chasing down Prentice still, but they've managed to really steady this gap. If we go back down the field, though, where a lot of action was happening, I've just picked up Travaglioli, who's trying to push through the field. He's got Townsend in his sights. Travaglioli, as you remember, did start this race in P2, and him and Leica have really tried to push forward. I've not really caught where Leica is now. He's Leica down in P29.
So just notice that Gedman has been overtaken by Eden. So Eden is either probably going to go and attack Derek, which is going to help Gedman possibly secure a podium.
As I've just gone on board with Friedman on the back of Heyman's, really trying to send one into Stowe. Takes as much as he can on the exit. Looking for a few alternative lines there, but he's slightly missed that apex. What will that do for his exit through Club Corner?
Oh, sorry, buddy. Slightly further down, we've got G. Brown looking for a move on Thacker there, down the inside into Stowe. Great move from G. Brown now.
Brown, who's doing so well early on, got himself all up to P7 before an unfortunate incident took him off, but he doesn't seem too damaged. He seems to be going on well.
So we've got Leica and Grace, both two pro drivers. Got Leica going down the inside. Oh, bit of a snap there. Grace gets the traction better out the corner.
What will the So as we get marked to the halfway point in the race, the action is very much still ongoing. All 40 drivers still in the hunt for positions. Got Chumakos leading the AMT here by some distance. Gibino, the Honda that was tagged in the incident on the last couple of laps, now finds himself on the back of Visser. And right at the back, Dreadlock Steve is hunting down Floris in their little isolated battle.
Speaking of isolated battle, we've still got Clayton all over the back of Prentice. I think he just got a little bit of a better drive coming around Club. I say it's not let him go. And slightly further down, we've still got Prentice and Rogers. Rogers in the silver tier, currently P5.
So, as ever, there are championships for each tier, but there's also an overall championship as well, and that's what Prentice is thinking of right now. He wants the P5. He's found a great bit of traction on that side, and then the inside for the loop.
The Mustangs
Rogers has washed out. Oh no!
Oh, lucky Mr. Stu. That's not Disco Stu, that's unfortunate.
As I've just found Serpentine now in P16 on the back of Colpitts. So close, he's getting on the straight. Will he pull out for the braking zone? Into Lovefield. And behind them there is Vanderbilt. Oh, who had to get out from behind Serpentine there before he tried to cross over and cut back. And this three-way battle is hotting up.
That could mean as well, where Mr. Rogers has a moment, he's put himself right in the clutches of the silver tier drivers. So that now promotes Jay Sharp and Derrick up to P1 and P2.
Yeah, man, it all looked so comfortable for him. Mixed with the pro tier drivers and got bit.
Or slightly further up ahead, I thought Prentice was going to go for a move on Sharp there. Oh, sorry, Clayton.
These two have been just running formation here for a while. As it just picks up Gedman. And then a battle with Derrick, Rogers and Eden for this P9 position.
Gedman's definitely got his work cut out for him in that Porsche if he wants to try to take down two Mustangs.
And I've seen Sharp getting very close to the back of Sharp on the back of Friedman as well. Friedman goes a little bit defensive.
Oh, Derrick's gone deep. Derrick's gone deep into Farm. The now the pack is slightly dying down, but slightly further down the field we've got Van der Waal P16 and Travaglioli P17 trying to fight it out down straight. Ferrari versus McLaren.
Just catching Coppens, trying to go around the outside of Grace. Takes a little bit deep and ahead. That's Cablo, I think. Going off in the Bentley. Oh, has he got another car round? Oh, and he backs into the track. And then more cars, absolute carnage happening behind.
Car number 14.
That's
Grace.
Grace, yeah, he's...
Car number 36 and 14, both yellow flagged.
Yeah, it was swiped across on the exit onto Woodcote, and then just multiple cars getting dragged to the left of the circuit. But I go forward to Travaglioli in P17. He's taking a look at Van der Waal. Van der Waal, who seems to snap off the exit of Stowe. So Travaglioli goes through on him. Behind that, Fernandez has got a good drive on Van der Waal as well. The Pro Tier drivers are coming for Van der Waal.
Don't think it's going to be enough. Not quite. Van der Waal slightly compromised, but still keeps it on the tarmac.
And Travaglioli sending one on the BMW ahead of him. That's Colpitts. Colpitts taking a lot of the inside curb. That slows down Travaglioli's exit, but he seems to have it under control. And he finds the pace on the straight. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, and then there was a Ferrari in the back. That's Naisbitt who reacted and went straight into the sidewall. So it's getting feisty in these final stages.
Fernandez and Van der Waal. One of the drivers just dipped a wheel, trying to give space and just touched the grass and just turned sideways. Oh, Cablo! Very close, nearly hitting a limping Ferrari down that straight. Cablo? Or it might have been Jablonski actually, tell a lie. It's two white Bentleys. I got slightly confused then. Did you then? Didn't use my eyeballs.
Our eyeballs need to be everywhere. So Travaglioli still hasn't quite got this move done on Colpitts. As Colpitts then decides to dip a wheel through Beckett's. Now usually you'd back the BMW with a straight line speed, but the Ferrari's no slouch either. And with a good exit, we might see him move into Stowe here, or is he going to set it up for Club? Looks like Colpitts is finding some good defence in this.
But yeah, I must admit that red on the BMW of Colpitts does look rather nice, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, especially with the darker undertones at the bottom of the car. But looking nice isn't going to help him if Travaglioli can get up on his inside. He had multiple looks and then lost the slipstream. As a further ahead, Friedman on the inside of Heyman's has got the inside coming down into Luffield and gets that one done. Oh, sorry, that was on Sharp. My apologies.
No, I think it was right.
No, it was Heyman's. No.
Yeah, no, you was right.
When is ACC going to get instant timing screens?
Never. But speaking of never, Jazzman is 15 seconds in front of Sharp.
I've just picked up the limping Lamborghini of Mr. Gordon Brown, who has attached himself to the back of Cablo and Colpitts. Travaglioli has disappeared up the road, and I think Colpitts is struggling as well. Brown thinks about having a look, but I think his options are probably a bit more fruitful, probably into Stowe. But he looks like he's going to have a go into Maggots and Beckett. Oh, as he touches Colpitts on the way in. But then unsettles them both. Both of them take a little bit of grass. And then Brown helps himself to a little bit more.
It's not a salad bar at a harvester, Mr. Brown. You can't just help yourself.
And the Lamborghini, I can speak from experience, isn't the most keen down a straight. But if you've got a competitor that does that and dips the grass on the inside of Stowe, you're going to have an option into Club. Around the outside he goes, gets his nose ahead. Oh, a little bit of a tap, unsettles Brown. Colpitts comes back. I think attempted space was made. As I think we're about to get a message of leaders on the final lap. There we go. With Jazzman multiple corners ahead. As we stand on board with Brown, and he tries to go around the outside into the loop. Shows his nose to the inside again. Hoping to just unsettle Colpitts as he comes onto the straight. And I'm catching Travaglioli as well. Trying to go round the outside of Serpentine.
Further down the field as well. Quite a few battles there. See Van der Waal, Chekmasov as well. Good little battle there.
So Travaglioli looks like he's got the beating of Serpentine, but does have enough lap to do it. Goes off track as he rounds Cops. And then makes it through. Ooh, is that a bit of an unfair advantage?
Ooh, slightly further up, buddy. We got Friedman all over the back of Prentice there. Big on the brakes.
He's got Heyman's company behind as well.
Look at Heyman's as well, diving down the inside. Jay Sharp is there as well. Jay Sharp needs to keep his nose clean if he wants to win the silver tier. He's got Direct right on his heels, but so he doesn't need to make a mistake to fall him back anymore.
Jazzman has only got a few corners left to navigate. But we're going to give him his day in the sun. Not like he doesn't know. He's probably got quite the tan at this point. As he rounds Woodcote and he wins race 1, he will start relatively near the back for race 2, but he takes the points initially. And we have Sharp. A relatively lonely race after he dropped the Astons behind him. And they're going to battle all the way to the end. Clayton never quite got that one done, but they're going to come across the line to take 3rd and 4th in class. And we've got Prentice really under pressure from Friedman. Friedman is going to fight this all the way to the line. He gets towards the inside, can't get it done. We've got Heyman's, then Sharp wins the silver tier. Well done to him. Sees off to Rick and Rogers. We have Eden in P11. Richings is basically running around by himself. And we can see Chumakov's coming to the line. He's been challenged by Travaglioli, but he gets to win his tier. Travaglioli finishes a respectable P15 because he had to come from quite
Brown,
far
I
back.
think, at a moment out of Woodcote there. Cablo just about got the drive on the inside. Didn't quite see the full extent of that.
And Thacker is going to come home to take P3 in the AM tier. So podium in his tier for him. As Van der Waal had to beat Jablonski to the line. And then we have Kalugin coming over the line as well. Any more battles fighting towards the line? We've got Suraquia
and Dreadlock Steve.
Oh, can the grunt of the Bentley get him over the line? I'm not too sure. No. And the Wilt finishes up down. And there you have it, everybody. Those are your finishing positions for the race. We are going to momentarily jump out of the server so we can rejoin without ending the stream. But a quick rundown there. And because I'm nosy and love to watch this stuff back, I'm going to quickly save this replay.
You don't tell them that.
Well, they're going to see it. They're going to literally see me doing it.
Nothing to see, just
Nothing to
harvesting
see.
some data.
So yeah, there you have it, everybody. When you next return, you're going to see this grid reversed all the way down to Coppens, as it happens. That's going to be a reverse grid. Or maybe, will it? 75%. How many laps did we do?
But interestingly, I've left the server, but I see Leica right down the bottom there. Did he do enough laps? Or has he tactically tried to not do enough or just enough to start P1?
Needed to do at least 7. So, ooh, it's on the... I'm going to come out and do the maths.
Quick maths.
So, that's 4 laps is 7. No, it is not. So Leica will not be on pole. He will be
So
starting
how
from the
will
back.
you show your workings out, Mr. Wood?
Basic maths. To get any
Which is?
to get any percentage.
Yeah, explain it. Indulge us. Just because you work at a university, don't mean to say you can. Well, hang on, filter nearly kicked in then. Rub it in all our faces.
So your workings out is your number that you want represented as a percentage multiplied by the total amount, in this case 11 laps, and then times it by 100, which would come out at 63.6%, which is less than 75.
Ooh. We have Mr. Jazzman in the comments already. Oh, what a guy. I mean, 15 seconds in front. Race 1. Just like
Absolutely.
a Sunday drive for him. I know it's Super Sprint Sunday, but this is just a Sunday drive
Well,
for Jazzman.
The next race isn't going to be a Sunday drive. He's starting all the way from the back.
I mean, we don't promote gambling, but I mean, should we place a bet? Top 10, third lap?
I mean, if the chaos is anything to go by, he'll be back maybe before then. So we are just waiting for the server to reset.
Last the first challenge accepted. Alright, send us your PayPal details, mate.
So, for those of you who can see, and I can prove it, there is my normal usage of car, and you can see that Gordon Brown stole my idea. My little Lamborghini baby. It's there, it's waiting for me to jump in on Tuesday. So, for all those who are calmly waiting in the wings for this reverse grid 40-minute sprint.
I mean, your workings out, buddy, just got basically denied because he even just said it wasn't 75%.
Who was the admin in the comments that said it was 75%?
Oh, got beef.
Someone check those comments. Someone check the comments. Someone of the admin said 75%.
Gedman said at least 75% completed, and like I said, it's not 75%. Rules say 2/3.
Well, if it's 2/3, he's still not made it. So it's 63%. It's less than 66. So.
Oh, who let us in?
I mean, these nutters at FRL. Speaking of getting into all things in FRL, please come join us in the Discord, in the comments, like and subscribe to the stream. It's a great bunch. We have a good laugh, and as you can see, we have good racing as well. You can join in not just on ACC, on Assetto Corsa, on the new Assetto Corsa as well, in Formula 1, in Gran Turismo, in iRacing. You name it. If it's online and it's esports on PC or console, FRL has got you covered. And obviously, if you're enjoying the stream as well, we'd very much like you to get even more involved. Like, subscribe, send. We can rejoin now.
I was just gonna say, talking about joining, are you actually gonna rejoin the server? Because I'm watching your stream and you still haven't joined.
Shh.
But I'm not going to give any sneaky spoilers away. But when you join, have a look at a certain something.
Naisbit P1.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Hit your arrow to make the track map move.
How's he already driving round?
Look at the timings.
Well, I don't know what I'm looking at.
It's ×2 multiplier at 9 PM.
Oh, so it's going to get dark on us. Oh, good spot, Mr. Harris.
I know. I hope you've paid your energy bill, lad, because you're going to need some lights.
Turns up brightness. on.
Where's Gedman's tennis ball yellow Porsche? We can see him from the helicopter.
Just making sure we've got decent camera to catch all the action in. Because ACC loves the loaders just in trail cam. There we go. So, even more spice to add to the spice. Not only is there a reverse grid, not only might it rain, it is now also getting dark. And if wind was a factor in ACC in terms of driving, we would be in for some trouble there as well. Look at those flags. They are fluttering something special. So thank you everybody who has already come to join us this evening. For those of you who are already, I'm going to continue my plug. For those of you who are already amongst us in FRL, if you want to get even more involved than you already have done, you can join the FRL Patreon for just £3 a month. That gives you special access to your own practice server. You get special early access into. Oh, it's got darker already. Early access for special events, so season sign-ups. You get to reserve your own race number. You get access to a bunch of setups, etc. So yeah, basically, you can become even more special than us just for paying £3 a month, 10p a day, and somehow you're already more special than me and Owen. So why not be exactly that? Be special, support the channel, and support yourself. Get those extra little perks underneath your belt, and we'll see you on the asphalt for seasons to come. And if you are looking for a bit more action to follow, FRL streams almost every single day across multiple different games, multiple different commentators and race format events, and we'd love to see you joining in either on track or watching in the comments. It's a great community, great racing. It doesn't matter if they're not actually putting their lives at risk out here. It's still great fun. It's still high adrenaline, amazing action to get involved and watch. As you're going to see me, and I think Mr. Harris as well, returning for Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, indeed.
So I think Silverstone being the first race was one of the big enticements for you coming back, wasn't it?
I mean, the left hand said the McLaren and the right hand said the Ferrari. And I mean, judging by the gift that you sent earlier, it's definitely the right hand wins every time.
Oh no.
I mean, take that as you wish. I mean, I'm not going to say no to a Ferrari Silverstone round one, but I might have to speak to G Brown just to change to the McLaren just to balance it out for the rest of the season. Have a really good race one and then just be a little bit less good in the McLaren.
How did you manage to segue onto that GIF?
I mean, it's not rude. You don't know what GIF it is. You sent it, but they don't.
The commentators everyone in the comms and admin chats has just lost it.
But interestingly, they don't have Jazzman last. It's Jabino. So technically that's not last or first, Mr. Jazzman. That doesn't count.
So Dreadlock Steve just says, I don't belong here, put me at the back. I mean, you can drive to the pit lane if you wish.
Just take the scenic route.
Wait, where is he? Dreadlock. Yeah.
P6.
Is he far enough back to drive to the pit lane? Yeah, he is. Take the pit lane. Yeah, drive to the pit lane, Dreadlock Steve. You'll come out the back. So we are back underway. Thank you everybody who's joined us so far, and I can't help but notice it's got incredibly grey out there. The lights are on, And Fernandez is going to lead us away. Now, I'm not a big fan of reverse because I think they cause chaos, but it's a hell of a lot of fun for us. And away he goes. Hope we have a cleaner turn 1 than we did in the last race. Looks like P2 and 3 and 4 have managed to get through nice and cleanly.
Oh, just about 3 wide on the exit of Cops.
Oh, there's a tap. Oh, there's somebody go. And that is Steve.
Corcomalakis has gone. Big pile up. Big pile up there. He did what you did at Monza, buddy. Absolute carnage behind him. Not in front of him, but behind him.
And there's a Porsche connecting around the outside. We've gone down to Gedman, who's trying to put moves on a Ferrari ahead of him. And has to back out. Chaos on the timing screens right now. So many movers this early stage.
I mean, I just want to say that I know he wasn't last of last, but Jazzman started, what, 37th? He's gained 10 places in half a lap.
Oh, what a guy. I mean, 2 of those were drivers going completely off the track.
Oh, we have Derrick in the pits already.
He must have taken some damage. Oh, as we have Grace trying to go around the outside.
Oh, as Corcomalakis has just killed Gedman.
Oh, as Grace is facing backwards. Oh, and he takes a cone with him and tries to rejoin. And that's Cablo. Oh, flying back onto the track. That's Jablonski, sorry. Another white Bentley. We'll have to get used to that. And we have the BMW.
What a move. Sorry. Just watch Jazzman take 2 cars in 1 corner.
So
what an animal.
Got Jablonski having to defend from an Aston Martin of Rashidov, I believe. Yep, here he goes. Rashidov on the inside. Can't get it past. Got Townsend about to enter Maggots and Beckett side by side with Floris. Gets that one done nice and easy. Townsend making a great charge. But crucially, up front, disconnected from the rest, Naisbitt, with the fastest lap, is closing in on Fernandez.
It's like further down, we do have Jablonski.
Under pressure from
Rashidov and Van der Waal there. Oh, sorry, it's Van der Waal in the McLaren. Timing's in quite a date there. Van der Waal getting a slip on the inside. Colpitts is also just about there, hanging on.
So it doesn't like Jablonski's given this up.
Oh, big smash from the Bentley into the McLaren.
I think I saw somebody.
Oh, I saw Jazzman go very deep into that corner there, off track.
Jazzman trying to get past Richings. He's have that one done. Then you've got Astons returning back to the track. There's a massive gaggle of Astons in the back there. Vermeulen finally finds himself a little bit of free air to run into. And we could just do the whole race on Jazzman. Oh. That's another send. Now this should get progressively harder for him. A few of the drivers I think maybe just waving him by at the moment. So I picked up Rashidov in the Aston Martin. He's got BMWs ahead of him. Oh, does the Aston dare put himself in between those two? The seas do part.
Oh, sorry, buddy. You
got
back in again. P10, Chekmasov, Rashidov, Kalug. Oh, sorry.
That's where I was. I was Rashidov.
So many cars there. I couldn't see who it was. Big tumble there.
Van der Waal goes round the outside of a few. Oh, as we got someone into the pit wall. Trying to stay in touch with this is a nightmare.
I think that was Patrice came out the pits there, but didn't quite get the rejoin he wanted.
So this is Van der Waal, and that is Vermeulen that's just overtaken Van der Waal. So he's gained 4 positions in a sector. Absolute madness from Vermeulen.
Good
Van der
job
Voort has been
money. I have none left.
I picked up Jablonski, who's taken over Chukwueze. And Chukwueze's now under pressure as well. I think he's going to get swallowed up here. There's a lot of fast cars coming up alongside him. And there's Vermeulen trying it down his inside on the GTR. So hard to try and keep up with Vermeulen. He's moving around all the time. Up to P14 before 6 minutes have even passed. And he's timing on another one. That's Colpitts. Colpitts is no slouch, but he's just got that one done like it was nothing. And Naismith does seem to be dropping off Fernandez. And ahead of that, there's a BMW off the track. Who is that? Kind of 85, 985. That's Felix. He's trying to rejoin on the straight. He's taking quite a scenic route here. Now Kalugin side by side with Vermeulen. God, the timing screens not. Vermeulen is genuinely faster than the timing screens.
I think it's safe to say he's going to be P10 very soon.
There's a chance he already is. He is already.
It's P9.
And now it's P9. This is absolute madness.
So this is the third lap. How much can he push in the top 10?
Jablonski has just taken Flores. Flores now under attack from Vermeulen. So how much downforce has he taken off? Look at the speed he's got. And now people are just queuing up behind Vermeulen just to take his scraps. That's Chemakov's taking one.
Oh, he got a bit snaky there. That does invite the McLaren of Flores back past.
And that's Kalugin now on the inside of Flores going... Oh, is it... Oh my goodness. And Flores is going to go deep here. Going to invite Kalugin through.
Oh,
and he just secure that one.
Did close Jazzman down a little bit there.
Now Vermeulen now on the inside. Not quite there. Of Jablonski. Oh, Jablonski sending him almost all that wide. I don't think the Bentley had that much grip out there. But now Vermeulen P7. Rashidov trying to chase down De Wilt. And it looks like he might get this one done. So Rashidov also on the recovery drive.
He does have a lot of clean air now.
At this point, with the task he's got in hand, I don't think he wants clean air. I think he wants the cars.
So slightly further back, we do have Flores getting swamped quite massively by quite a few drivers there. I think I do see the green Porsche of Friedman in there, yeah.
Just seeing Rashidov through the first turn. And now Demagas and Beckett's. So Chikura, on back of Legovic. A few names I'm trying to learn on the fly. I do apologise. And Thacker's eyeing this up as well. Oh, as we've got a car. Was that? Who was that? On the grass through Maggots and Beckett's. But behind Thacker, we've got Prentice trying to make a move on Serpentine. Around the outside, coming into Stowe. Finds the speed there. Great move, great planning. Now, will that overspeed help him get Thacker? He's very close on the inside. Thacker just about gives him a slice. And on the inside, he gets Thacker too. And Richings trying for Serpentine as well. Oh, has he got multiple cars heading off into the stands?
Mullen is up to P6.
He's got a bit of a way to go to De Wilt, but I'm sure he'll get that sooner or later.
No, he has just overtaken DeWitt.
Ugh,
It's Rashidov he's got to take now.
goodness me. I'm still watching Richings. He's just overtaken the Aston Martin of Prentice.
Oh, who was that? The GTR.
Oh my
no.
goodness, massive hit. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's the worst place to be down the straight. Oh no. I hope you've all got insurance. Big pile up there from the GTR.
Brown not making much of an inroads in his Lamborghini this time around.
Well, as expected, Jazzman now does have the fastest lap, which is currently a 1:58.4.
And he's still got 3/4 of the race left to do. Oh my goodness. So Thacker is coming under a lot of pressure here. I don't think he had a particularly good Maggots and Beckett. Serpentine, it's all over the back of him, but all over the back of him is also Prentice, who's got to have the inside, and then Friedman is there as well. Serpentine does get through. What about Prentice? Friedman gets blocked out. Van Vice Richards in, but
on the
Thacker,
brakes there, Friedman.
yeah, manages to take Thacker. He does make some progress in that exchange. Richings also wants Thacker, but he takes an awful lot of curb. Will this invite Rogers into it? Not just yet. So for Mulan, taking chunks and chunks and chunks. Others behind him. DeWitt now has
Great run on your Bronski.
Chemakov's down the inside of DeWitt in the Porsche. Now Friedman, as I mentioned before, eyeing up Prentice as they come around Luffield. That's a great launch out of Luffield for Friedman. Oh, but he takes a lot of the inside of Copse. That's lost him a bit of speed.
Speaking of speed, we've got Townsend under attack from Rashidov, which is then allowing Jazzman to catch up. Rashidov has got the inside. I think Townsend's going to let this one go, but he's still just about hanging on.
He's got that one made, but then Townsend goes off. But for Mulan, ever-present danger. Oh, yeah, and Townsend does not see that as his problem. Now the grid's actually spaced out, these moves will become even easier for Mulan now, and these are the drivers that started further back. But I'm impressed that Fernandez and Naisbitt have held on to these positions from the start.
No, it's what you can do in the clean air, isn't it? It's no stress, clean air, just get your head down, keep the space, make the gap.
So I've just seen Klugen have a bit of a moment, and Chekmasov is closing in on him.
Slightly further back, we've still got Prentice and Friedman. P16, he's got a great run down the straight, trying to break the wind in the Porsche.
Sorry.
Going to have the inside line, but he's then going to get thrown out to the outside.
So there's a good fast line there from Prentice. With the traction of the Porsche might do Friedman some good here. Just washes out a bit on the exit. I think Prentice is still going to hold this. And Friedman has an alternate line through Copse. hangs it out wide for much longer, choosing a lot later to come back over to the right. And I've picked up Coal Pits. It's very close on De Wilt. Porsche Power is getting swallowed up by Beamer Brute. And down the inside goes Coal Pits. And Van der Waal, who's been making good moves so far this race, smells blood. He's going to send one down the inside as well. De Wilt, chickens out, goes deep. And Prentice round the outside. Very competent moves there. And Friedman still not quite past Prentice. Further back, we've got two cars side by side. That is Rogers and Sharp. Rogers getting past Sharp, or at least keeping position from him.
Gave him a good move on Sharp there. Just missed that into the big braking zone once again. The Porsche showing its dominance on the brakes.
So Friedman getting quite frustrated behind Prentice now. Prentice quite easy to defend when you can say, oh, you can overtake me, but you're going to run into a car ahead. So Vermeulen's progress has been halted for the time being. He's up in P5 and hasn't moved away in a few laps.
Well, I think Rashidov is giving his run for his money, hanging on to that P4, but he is edging closer to him ever so slightly.
So one more time does Friedman go after Prentice. Now they're coming up to De Wilt, who's the man who has been struggling. He's in the AM-tier, started quite near the front.
Oh, Rashidov had a big snap going round club then. It's invited Jazzman right in. Needs to set this one up into the big braking zone. All the Aston Martin all out of shape there, does very well to keep it straight and out of the Ferrari. Oh, Jazzman nearly does the same there to repay the favour. Done move.
Now I've just picked up Chekmasov. He's going to try the same thing on Jablonski, but Jablonski's got good traction on the inside. Chekmasov tries then send it again, holding the inside. That's invited Kalugin up into his gearbox.
There's a bit of argy-bargy there. You've got Prentice, Friedman. I think that's an Aston Martin as well.
Yeah, that's De Wilt's battle that I pointed out earlier. De Wilt been there in a lot of cars by. But now Friedman on the inside of Prentice. Can he make this stick? Same as it was written last time, but this time Prentice gets a bit of a slide on. He's lost a little bit of ground. Friedman just not quite as fast around the outside. Yeah, Friedman then also has the drift around the outside, so a drift per car. Friedman finds himself on the outside again. The Aston just too fast in a straight line. So Jablonski now way off Townsend. Townsend put in a great performance here. Stay P6. He's got quite a gap. Stays behind him. I picked up Rogers again on Richings, who are also coming up to the back of De Wilt. So we'll check in with them in a couple of laps when they inevitably come underneath a bit of a blockade. So great recovery from Dreadlock Steve. We did see him spinning on the first lap, but he's going to have Coppenter company very, very shortly, if not already.
We've got Vermeulen going at it with Grafe. think Grave does put a bit of defence on there. Big on the brakes, I think.
And Vermeulen takes that one, and now into the podium positions. Now we can deny 2 men here of a win in tier. So you've already seen what he's done in 20 minutes. He's now got another 20 minutes to get these last 2 moves done. Get your bets in. Is he getting this done? Oh, as we see Chekmasov come into the pits. How bizarre. Chekmakov's just given up a whole load of positions. I'm not sure if that's tactical in any way.
Maybe he didn't put enough fuel in.
Maybe. I mean, new name, may not be familiar with the rules. No need to refuel or change tyres. Unless he's got track limits.
No, I would have seen that.
So, as I mentioned before, Rogers, Richings, Kumiko on De Wilt, who's been proven to be a bit of a rolling roadblock. But Rogers trying it around the outside of Richings. He's going to have his nose in for club corner. Does get it slowed up in time. But Gedman, super keen on the back of them. I see in the back, that's Friedman ahead of Visser. So he got that one done a little while ago. So Richings needs to make as little of a meal like this as possible. He tries to throw his nose and he hits De Wilt. A bit too eager. And that's Rogers through, but he has lost a position in the process to Gedman. Right, Friedman through as well. So Friedman has also got past Eden in that exchange. And now Grace is here with Brown. Brown also doing a good job recovering that Lamborghini. But Brown looks like he's about to have a move on Thacker. Closing in on him at a rate of knots. So the Lamborghini and Porsche are very strong through Maggots and Beckett's. Both very technical cars. Maybe both lacking a bit of straight line speed, but this is where they'll shine.
Oh, I saw that, Mr. Jazzman. No, to be fair, I think he just dipped a wheel a bit too much on the grass head. He done quite well to not ruin his absolute stonking race, to be fair.
So now we've got Klugin chasing down Colpitts. He's had the race kind of to himself for a long time. Well, thank you, Clayton. Much appreciated. So much action. I'm to take a drink mid-race, which is very unprofessional of me.
Just can't get the staff these days, mate, honestly.
So this is about the most stretch that the race has been in a good long time. Behind I can see Friedman. Oh, he got caught up in the Wellington Straight carnage.
That's unfortunate, buddy.
As Friedman calmly passes Sharp, gets himself into P19. And Klugin steady behind Colpitts, but not making quite enough of an impression. Now Fernandez just seems to be dropping Naisbitt, very conscious of the challenge the View Moon's yet to bring to them. Oh, as we go on board with Heymans, who's trying to look over on Gedman. Gedman getting very dicey and defensive through Maggots and Beckett's. Well, what can he do down the straight? Attempt to pick up the slipstream. Nothing just yet. Jablonski's been holding this top 10 position for a while, but now he's got a very racy Aston in the form of Luke Prentice behind him. As I say that, commentator's curse sent him quite heavy over the curb. Jablonski running a very, very well-tempered race now, but I'm not sure how much longer he can keep Prentice behind. There's a huge bit of time that he clawed back in the loop there. But Bentley Power is serving him well.
Further behind once again, Friedman and Heymans going at it. I think I did get a little bit caught up behind Gedman in the loop there. Friedman trying to go around the inside. Oh, chops across. Big drift there. Just about sees out Friedman, sorry, Heymans.
So the Aston of Eden looking very racy behind Sharp. But now for Mullen I can see. Oh, as we just stumbled momentarily for Prentice. Trying to go on the inside of Jablonski. It's very tight into Stowe. Prentice is going to have a tight entry point coming into club. But Bentley rightly gives him the space. But now Vermeulen, sorry, we have missed that. Vermeulen has overtaken Naisbitt for P2. But now he's got 12 seconds in 12 laps to find.
Sorry. 12 seconds in 12 laps?
Oof. 12 minutes.
I know it's night time, buddy, but it's not bedtime just yet.
And Klugin has been in this battle with Colpitts for an awful long time now. So much so that Van der Waal is on the brink of getting himself involved as well. And there's quite a string behind Prentice that I can see. He'll probably be extending that soon, seeing as he was on it past Jablonski. And I've just picked up Serpentine, I believe, has Legovic is having to defend from Serpentine. Serpentine closing up through Maggots and Beckett's. Ferrari versus Ferrari. First person you want to beat is your teammate or a sharer of a car manufacturer. I just don't think Kalugin can do anything about the outright pace, the straight line speed of that BMW, Owen.
Well, we all know, buddy, about the Aston Martin straight line speed. It's getting a little bit difficult to see some of the cars, I'm not going to lie. in the darkness, and some of the bright colours are helping.
So not
I
quite
think
sure.
just watching some of the sector times from Jazzman, he was 11.7, I believe, on the start of that lap.
So I've just gone on board with Friedman. I believe Gedman's lost a couple of places here. He's now behind Heyman's. So in the last 2 minutes, Vermeulen has taken out 2 seconds
At least
of
a second and a half, nearly. I don't think it's going to be enough.
So there's one thing to catch, there's another thing to pass. He needs time in hand by the time he gets to Fernandez to be able to make that
lap
pass.
times roughly, I mean, Fernandez did an invalid 59.0 last lap. He struggled to set purple sectors in his own record throughout the whole race. There's been dotted purple sectors here and there, but I mean, looking at the time of the man himself, he's in the 58s quite comfortably.
And watching Prentice closing on Van der Waal. Van der Waal, who momentarily looked like he was going to get connected to this Colpitts-Klugen fight, but has dropped back and has left himself in the grass with Prentice. Prentice moves to the inside, goes into Stowe, and gets comfortably ahead. And Klugen still very much frustrated behind Colpitts. Now the other Prentice is still having to defend from... Who is that? Okay, it isn't Rogers, that's for sure. Is that Heyman's? No?
Where are we looking, buddy?
Oh no, so he has got past Legovic. So down P13, P14,
Yes.
Prentice and Legovic have swapped places. Friedman still working tirelessly.
R33 drive through.
That's
Visser.
The Friedman about to come across with the opponent in Rogers. Now Klugen right on the gearbox of Colpitts. Now this has been going on for a while, but this is about as close as I've seen him through Cops. Now all he's got to do is stay committed to Maggots, Beckett's, and then through Chapel onto the Hanger Straight. I don't think it's quite settled enough. Just starting to see a few cars drift and bounce off the exit of Chapel. They really are pushing the limits of these tyres. And quickly cleared that drive through. I'm just catching Prentice thinking about a dive into club. Now they are behind Jablonski, who's held a top 10 position for quite a while, but has been stout in his defence. Only dropped to P11. Oh, as that is Serpentine going deep and wide, and then gets held up by Jablonski. And Apprentice is ducking down the inside, and he got that position. Momentary mistake from the Ferrari there. Serpentine thinks about a move back. Can't get it done. Now, is that Heyman's past Rogers? It is. So he moves up from P16. Oh, but Rogers is coming back.
Ooh, was that a bit unfair from Rogers there?
I was switching cameras, so it was quite hard to say. But he does get that place back all the same. So Vermeulen, crucially, in the last 4 minutes, has taken nearly no time out of Fernandez. Unless this timing screen's about to embarrass me. Only a few tenths.
It was quite big to begin with. It was 3 to 4 tenths per sector. But I think his last couple of minutes, I think Fernandez has just put his boot down a little bit. Ever so more just to try keep that lead. But I mean, fair play to Vermeulen for what he did, where he started.
Yeah, I think there'd be quite a comfortable championship lead that will follow him at the end of this race. No one else starting as far down as he did has made quite the charge through the field. Townsend's done a great job, but yeah, we'll have to wait for the standings to come out, same grid, to really say who the winners and losers were of this Super Sprint
without
Sunday.
being horrible to Townsend, that car does look purple in the dark.
Friedman on Legovic. Clearly frustrated underneath that gearbox. Now Prentice is in this 3-man band coming through Maggots and Beckett's. Honestly, don't know how more moves are made when. Oh, I see. So far up the back of Kalugin. Thought there was going to be a touch and a spin. But now they come onto the hanger straight. It's a great drive from Prentice. But does Kalugin have slipstreams to counteract it? He didn't quite have the speed that we normally expect from the Aston. Friedman on Legovic. This is going to try and go around the outside of Club. He does, he gets that one done. Next target, Serpentine, who is not very far ahead at all.
I think, would you think if, hypothetically speaking, if the race wasn't 40 minutes, it was a normal 60 minutes, do you reckon Jazzman would have caught Fernandez?
I mean, it's hard to say since his progress has sort of plateaued. It's really difficult to say what Fernandez really has in the tank. Now, what's developing here on the podium is Rashidov wants to knock Naisbitt out of the overall podium. He's only half a second down. I imagine that's closer by the time we get to Stowe. Looks very confident, does Rashidov. But also again, this battle, P7, Colpitts, Kalugin, Prentice. Most of the battle happening between Kalugin and Prentice, but Colpitts not getting away. Doesn't seem to have composure in the tight corners to really make a break from these two. Now Rashidov, if I'm not mistaken, has overtaken Naisbitt. He has. So Naisbitt knocks off the overall podium. was a come round final bend. Did look. Oh, as that is. Prentice has overtaken Kalugin, so well done to him. As we now enter the final lap of this race.
So final lap, and Jazzman has just dropped under 7-second gap to Fernandez. Nice big train in the mid-pack, I see.
Yeah, all the back it seems from Serpentine. Or Legovic in that case. And that's the Martin of Eden. There's Gedman well covered. Will Friedman looking for his last meal of the day, and it looks like a Serpentine. Now we've only got a few more corners to navigate for Mr. Fernandez. I'm going to get these battles as they come to the line, but he has driven an absolutely superb reverse race, and we're going to make sure we see him come across the line for whatever celebration he sees fit. We're back on board with him. Just got Luffield to navigate. You know, they can be very, very proud of this drive. He kept the whole field in check and saw off the mighty Vermeulen for doing what seemed to be the impossible. So home comes Fernandez, beats Vermeulen by just under 6 seconds in the end.
Wow. That last lap, he took a second out of him.
Rashidov managed to break a bit of space between him and Naisbitt in the end. It comes home in P3. Naisbitt P1 in class, P3 there. Got Grafe still managing to make that Nissan GTR work for him. He's going to come home in P5. We have Townsend, a bit of world of his own. But Townsend is going to come home for an AM tier win. A great result for him. And Prentice is going to see this. Guy going to drive us home. He did manage to get Colpitts and Kalugin by the end. Kalugin P2 in class. Colpitts P2 in class. Van der Waal had quite a lonely race it seems. P11. And Friedman gets Jablonski in the final lap. With Serpentine, Legovic, Rogers, Eden, Gedman, Richings, Brown, Thacker. He has Brown in his Grace in his sights. I think Grace has overtaken him. And Grace makes a big test of the pit wall. And Cablo had to put up with Jabinho chasing him to the line, but he manages to get that done. And Chemakos comes in P20, followed by Kokomalakis. Checkmas off P28, considering the damaging issues that he had. And Visser got a drive through, but is going to come home P32. And then De Wilt managed to drop all the way to the field down to P34. And these are drivers who elected not to continue after a while. So there you have it, everybody. What an eventful evening. That rain never quite came, which I'm assuming the drivers will be happy about. But you got to see some fantastic high-octane racing. I'm unsure if we're going to get any admins or... yeah, well done, Taz Townsend. It was a great performance by you there. Tell us where you came from. And obviously we can see where you got to, P6. And obviously Vermeulen. Jazzman's on his way.
If there's any man that can, Jazzman can.
The Jazzman podcast continues. Um, so yeah, very very enjoyable race for all you all to get involved in. Thank you for joining in the comments. Like, subscribe, share the stream. It massively helps the league with promoting itself and getting more drivers in, which means more events, which means more drivers, which means more events. It's a wonderful cycle that you can begin to roll into. So yeah, we really hope you can join us along for the ride, whether it be watching on your TV or coming to join us on the track. But whilst we're waiting for Jazzman, obviously we're going to plug it one more time. If you do want to get involved, drop a comment in, well, the YouTube comments, and one of the admins will reach out to you to give you a link to the Discord and or to SimGrid, so you can get signed up. It's a very, very lovely, welcoming community. We welcome all. There's a space for you always, as long as you're kind and clean on the racetrack and in Discord. And the man who's come from last to second is now here with us. That was some drive for you. It was really fantastic to watch early on. We didn't give you so much viewership towards the end, but what we did see was brilliant. Tell us how it was from your perspective.
Yeah, race 2 was quite intense for a good 3 laps with all the drivers around. I made up 20 places on lap 1, which did help my goals of trying to win the race, because I knew Fernandez was in P1, so I knew I had to try and get through as quickly as possible. And then I think another 2 laps I was into P10, and then I just worked my way through a car per lap sort of thing until I got to about P5. Yeah, then it was just trying to not lose too much time overtaking the other guys, but I just ran out of time to challenge for P1, sadly. But it was good fun. It was good fun.
I mean, it was one hell of a deficit. I mean, 2 absolutely completely alternate races for you this evening. I mean, I'm not sure you consider it fortunate, but definitely fortuitous that your competition wiped themselves out in the first turn in race 1.
Yeah, in race 1, I had a good start, and I was able to take a nice line. So then I was looking through my mirror to see what was going on as I'm going through the corner, and then I see my two guys I consider rivals for this championship coming together, which is a shame. I mean, I don't want to see that at all. That kind of just made my life a bit easier. Like I said in chat earlier today, like, this is my best track, so I was feeling confident. I thought in qualifying, I made a shocking middle sector, just hitting curbstones and losing the car. So I thought maybe one of them would pip me, but I was lucky that nobody did. And then once they went away, I just set my sights on trying to do a 56 to keep myself motivated, which I managed to do, which made my night, a 56 in race trim. So I was over the moon with that. But again, it was a shame. And then I was really looking forward to the second race, because obviously I'd have Leica with me, but I see he had issues again. Couldn't start. And then I saw Travioli look like something happened to him. Come into contact again, and then chaos that I had to avoid. So it was unfortunate that those two couldn't really race today. But it is what it is, right? It's racing.
Yeah, racing, and it's tough, and to finish first you have to finish, and sometimes I'm not saying that those guys maybe could have avoided whatever they got involved in, but the ability and the know-how to avoid incidents that almost seem inevitable is a massive skill, and obviously you had that down to a plumb this evening.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Oh, good evening.
Hey, good evening. Good evening.
Snuck in.
I have. I've been sitting here for a bit. It was nice to hear you saying about who you think is your rivals. That's very nice that you say that to me. Thank you.
Well, aren't you in silver class all of a sudden?
Oh!
What happened?
I will race anywhere the guys want to put me. So
I'm
just here for the giggles.
I was thinking his sandbagging in the Honda has paid off. He's now in the silver class. He's going to be.
So
It was tactical.
It was a tactical decision.
who do you think you're talking with? My name is Chris. I am one of the admins. I've always been silver. I'm never going to go pro. I went to pro, remember, for a couple of seasons just to see what it was like, and it was like, wow, nope, back.
Chris, sorry, Chris, you're the one in the Porsche. You're the one in the Porsche tonight, eh?
I was the idiot that was in that black and white and blue Porsche,
yes, I couldn't miss that. I saw you a couple of times in practice, yeah.
As you were passing me, just waving as you do.
Well, I mean, race 2, buddy, I think you definitely had a fair bit of action. I mean, if you wasn't not as bright as you normally are in the tennis ball yellow Porsche, I mean, you might have been seen a bit better.
Exactly. I think me changing colours has caused that tonight. But no, I took just a slight hit and knock. Never really affected anything, but it put me to the very back, and I fought my way back through to about, I don't know, was it 19th or something, 17th, 19th?
Yeah, because I can't remember if it was race 1 or race 2. I think Gordon had sort of similar. I think Grace
19th.
sort of like initiated it.
Yeah.
Sort of a semi-spin, and I think then it was Korkamalakis.
Yes.
No, it was Eden, actually, tell a lie. It just full sent him 180 the wrong way. So I think he had his work cut out for him in the Lamborghini as well.
Right, okay.
I mean,
the
we did.
Lamborghini is a hard car to drive, yes.
We did have a few Thanos snap moments in both races down the Wellington Straight. Cars just going sideways and then just collecting everybody else with them. I think eliminated a good amount of drivers per race.
Well, race 2, it was chaos, man, through Maggots and Beckett's.
I know.
I think it was like somebody spun somebody around through the mid part of Maggots and Beckett's, and then Oaks would going left, right to try to avoid it. Oh, it was.
So it's seen out of cars.
Everyone just self-preservation. I luckily went left. Some dude went on the grass on the right. Everyone just trying to get around.
Did we get a screenshot of them going over the finish line with the tongue out like that? Right, to see if we can just get the lead.
No, I think it was probably more the fact it was like Jazzman trying to pick a car that's upside down so he could jump and bounce off the wheels and just jump about 10 cars
Mario
in one
Kart
sector.
shortcut. But Jazzman, you were an absolute commentator's nightmare this evening. I tried to pick where you were at any given time, and every single sector, you jumped 4 positions for the first few laps. I was like, he's in 20th. No, he's not.
You was faster than the timing screen.
I was, like I said, I was just obviously, that some of these guys. The AMs and some of the silvers, I tend to break much later than them. So sometimes, they would all be fighting and I would just wing it around the outside, man. Just break late, go around the outside. And I have to say, credit where credit's due. I did that a lot, even through Maggots and Beckett's, and really close driving with people and no contact at all. So I put my trust in everybody tonight, trying to make up positions quickly. And
you've done fantastic.
I thought, I thought there were 1 or 2 moments where Pooh was coming out. I thought, oh, this could not end well.
But I think that's it's a good thing to put on balance. Whilst we did see a few pretty wild moments this evening, so on balance, like you said, there's a lot of faith you can put in a large grid like this to be able to achieve stuff like this, and you can't achieve stuff like that unless you can.
Well, especially when there's a lot of new faces and new names this season, it's still nice to see everyone click together and trust each other willy-nilly. I mean, I don't trust as far as I can throw Greg when he's in a Lamborghini, but we move.
I think Silverstone has that stigma where people either love or hate it. It's like Marmite. You could see the difference between the people that loved it and the people that hated it tonight. I think we had a very large contingency of drivers that just gave up and only done about 50-40% of the race or less.
Yeah.
Yeah, in race 1, I saw a few guys retiring, and I was like, it's a reverse grid, guys. Just finish the race.
That's
You
it.
can get it.
That's it.
Yeah. Just like that pro guy, he may have come last, but he got pole position, and then he could make up some points, on getting people.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
these reverse
absolutely.
grids, you always got to keep driving because you never know what will happen.
Yeah,
Yep.
well said. So our next trip on the calendar is Spa. I mean, how do you foresee that one for potentially attempting exactly what you've done this evening?
Well, Spa is a nice place to overtake, So again, it's just about in these reverse grid races. It's just about surviving the first lap, right? You saw tonight there was some contact, a moment there with two guys that causes 5 or 6 cars to crash. It just these things happen with these reverse grids. But let's say if everybody gets through it, let's say everyone cleanly, it will be a good fun race, man. To go from let's say wherever I am to wherever I need to be.
Well, how did you take to the one-shot quali and the reverse grid race too tonight? So is that another, like you guys said earlier on at the very start of the stream, is to just mix it up a little bit? We're now 17 seasons in, and it's proven very popular this Sunday, where grids usually stacked in the brainchild of Gogs and I think Naisbit. I think the two of them come up with this idea of reverse grids.
I mean, reverse grids are always fun. Like for example, I know throughout the season, in one of them, I probably will be involved in an incident. Somebody crashing in front, and then I have no time to react. But that's the game you play with these. They're fun. 90% of the time you'll make it through, but there will be one time that you won't. So
Yep.
you just gotta just accept that.
Just
It comes with. Most of the time you'll survive, but there will be the odd time where you won't.
I'm the opposite. Most of the time I don't survive, and the odd time I get through.
I mean,
That
you can.
Porsche, man, I'm telling you.
Don't worry, Chris. It's all about taking part in the spirit, isn't it?
It's all about making my car as luminescent as possible and glare in the eyes of the opposition.
That's that exactly, mate.
But you're not
for the
fearing
looks, not the
a
result.
blind stopped car at the top of Radion next week?
Well, there was a couple of them tonight in the dark near the tail end of the race, so I really, really wish that I would go a race without that.
See, speaking of that, I had into the final sector. I think it was lap 1 or lap 2. Overtaking somebody, and then I see this BMW like there, and I'm thinking, okay, I know he's there. I'm not going to try around the outside. Next thing, he just comes along the freaking wrong way on the road to do a flick spin. Yeah. I was like, I'm lucky there. I decided not to commit to the outside. Otherwise, it would have been race over. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, gentlemen, for opening up season 17 with yet another amazing comm session. I could hear these in the background with some of the guys, and I'm going to watch it later tonight, frame for frame. So, excellent. Thank you.
Well, that's right. Though. If you're going to watch it frame for frame, you can also give him a disciplinary because he dropped the S word.
The S word.
Oh, that's what, a €10,000 fine, isn't it? These days, what they have.
I don't recall dropping an S bomb.
You did.
What's sexual beast?
No, it was when the man himself, Mr. Alien, joined the stream and he dropped the S bomb.
He's just excited.
He was fanboying too much.
Fanboying.
I'm going to have to watch this by myself. I genuinely don't remember.
No, I do. I didn't say anything, but if an admin's going to watch it frame for frame, mate, it was.
I didn't hear anything.
Yeah. I heard it clear as day because it was obviously talking about. It was talking about Jazzman catching.
As well. Sorry,
me?
I'm just saying the odd swear word doesn't go. It's not bad. I just think you can't be potty mouth for the whole stream. I think you'll be fine.
So don't watch any of.
He's come a long way.
Hang on a minute. So you can't be potty. Well, that's me done. Then you might have to find a new commentator.
Definitely don't put my stream up to have a look at my POV, then, chaps. That's.
Yeah. Good job we don't do like an in-car
Yeah.
like mid-race comms or like radio chat.
Yeah. Yeah, with me, yes, you actually be fined every day with me. Yeah.
Just hear me saying every single swear word known to man nor beast just because I keep spinning myself.
But that's the Porsche curse, man. Everyone has spun a Porsche and will do so.
That's the
Just
only
part
car
of
I'm
the gig.
comfortable in, so I rarely spin it. It's always the other drivers like tonight that take me out and spin me, so you can wipe that for the stream.
But alright guys, that's going to be me. Thanks again for the stream, and I'll see you guys next week again, huh?
Thank you for joining us.
Excellent.
Yeah, always, dude. I'll always join, man. Keep all, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Right.
Bye, guys.
Right. Thank you. So yeah, you had Chris Gedman and Mr. Jazzman, who I imagine won overall this evening when it comes down to points in addition, adding it all up. We've really enjoyed ourselves. We have kicked off season 17 around Silverstone with an absolute bang. Really looking forward to Spa next week. Same format once again, bringing you all that spicy action with a revamped format. Like I said before, get yourself involved. I'm not going to remind you again. It's all there. It's all there for you to enjoy. We're signing off for the evening, and we hope to see you all once again next week just before 8 o'clock. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good one. Bye now.